The question comes up time and time again when I'm working with clients. They get out of these really toxic, abusive relationships, and they want to know how do I judge the people I'm dating? How do I screen the people I'm dating and make sure this doesn't happen to me again? And so they're busy watching the signs and the symptoms and the characteristics and the behaviors of somebody that they're dating, and they're trying to judge. Oh my gosh, is this person like my ex? One of the mistakes they're making is knowing just the behaviors of their ex and comparing them to this new person. When if they don't do the real work that you need to do to be able to discern immediately whether somebody is worthy of being in your space, okay? Instead of doing that, they're comparing lists of features of these people, and that's going to be very faulty, and that's not going to work for you, because what's going to happen is you're going to get a whole parade of people in your life who definitely are your ex in every possible way, but they all appear differently. None of them look the same, but they are all the same. And here's why. And then you're going to be at risk for dating and getting involved again, because you're going to be saying, well, this one wasn't so quick to anger like my ex, so I'm thinking he's probably not a narcissist and it's safe. No way, no how. The only way that you're going to figure out who is safe and who is worthy of being in your life is if you have done your own work and you have learned to value yourself and love yourself and reprogram your brain, retrain the brain, reverse early programming that has you thinking, I'm not valuable, I'm not worthwhile, I'm not good enough. And I need validation from an outside source to tell me that I am. Now, if you're somebody who's looking for that kind of validation from an outside source, you are the kind of person who's going to attract the very individual who cannot give it to you and will not give it to you and will not meet your needs in a relationship. And there's so many different points to be made here. My mind is just going off 10 different directions. So I'm going to consult my notes. So the way that we're going to get to a place of really being able to immediately judge and understand whether somebody is worthy of being in your life is to do the work that you need to do to learn to love yourself, to respect yourself, to value yourself. Once you get to that place and do that deep work, and it's not easy, going against early training is never easy, but you have to do it. And once you get there, you will not need any lists of characteristics and red flags and all these other things. You won't need that. You can throw that all out, because you will immediately know, and you'll be looking right here towards yourself. You won't be looking out there at that other person. You'll be looking at yourself and saying, how's this person affecting me? How do I feel? What am I thinking? And you'll know immediately who should be in your life and who should not be. But if you don't have a sense of value of your own self first, you won't have that mechanism within you that is immediately, it's like a bell ringing, ding, 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 no, red flag. You won't have that automatic reaction, and you need that. You need that. But when women have not done their work, they will end up doing these things. They will minimize behaviors of others. They'll minimize how they're feeling. They'll be in denial. There'll be denying going on. They'll be making excuses. They'll be ignoring the signs. And those are the types of things that you'll be doing. So when you don't need to be chosen by somebody else to value you and to love you and to validate you, and you do that for yourself, and you're really in that, and you understand that, then anybody else who gets in your realm who doesn't do that you can immediately let them go. Immediately let them go. It's just that simple. It's simple but not easy, because it's a lot of work. Looking to see at my notes here. And, you know, I've often heard from women too that they're like, well, you know, I'm one of these 100%ers. If I'm going to be in a job or a career or a relationship, I'm going to give it 100%. And once I'm in, I'm in. But the problem is, when it comes to this, the more energy and time and commitment that you put into this, and failing to recognize when something needs to be stopped and you need to move on, is very detrimental to your life. Because what's going to happen is you are going to have this thing steal the best of the rest of your life. And now not only do you have a history of being miserable, but you're setting yourself up for the future to be miserable. There is a time to quit. And in a toxic relationship, that quitting is a win. Quitting is a move forward. So you got to watch how you're thinking and what you're telling yourself. And then one last thought that I want to leave you with is that I believe from a spiritual perspective that everything that's in our lives, every person, every situation, every relationship, is there because we brought it there. It's there because we allowed it to be there. And it is a direct reflection of our own value of ourselves. So look around you and ask yourself, who and what is in my life? And based upon that, how am I valuing myself? Because if you're like me and most other women who have been programmed to not value ourselves, there's probably a lot of changes that you need to be making. So I just wanted to go live on this because it's really coming up a lot in my client sessions lately, and I'm really determined to get some information out there that can help and empower women. Okay, so if you know anybody who wants to join